Guys, doing a quick update on the 10K to 100K challenge that we started back in January, just 8 months ago. We're already up 191% in 8 months. Absolutely phenomenal. And it doesn't matter what you're following along with. Obviously, I started with, I'm doing the 100K to $1 million challenge. So far, I've invested 35,000, but I will invest up to 100K when the time's right? It's all about timing with stocks. Yeah, if you're following along with smaller amounts, so roughly it would be, so I'm doing, I invested 35K so far. So I've still got 65K left to invest and look for new companies. So I invested 35K and my profit is, let's have a look. My profit is $67,000 so far. Okay, so $67,000 profit since January. So if you're, it doesn't really matter what you're following along with, right? You might be doing the 1K to 10K challenge yourself. So if you're following along and you put in, you're doing the 1K to 10K, you've invested $350 and you're now sitting on $670 profit, right? It really doesn't matter, guys. Don't get phased by the numbers. 4 years ago, this is what I was trading with, right? I wasn't putting $100,000 into something. I was trading with this 4 years ago. So yeah, it really doesn't matter what you're starting with, right? So don't get phased by that. It does get easier to make money once you start making money, right? You've just seen I invested 35K and I've already made $67,000 in 8 months, right? That's more than I used to make a year. And I've just done that as a side hustle, right? On top of my income. So yeah, if you're starting with, if you're doing the 10K to 100K challenge, then you would have invested 3.5K and you would now be sitting on 6.7K profit. So pretty good for 8 months, right? And if you're doing the 100K, if you're a big baller, we do actually have some millionaire whales in the group. So some people might be following along. You'd be on the 35K like me and you would be sitting on 67K. Sorry, and this is what I meant to say. If you're a millionaire whale, then you're trading with 350K. Then you would have made $670,000 in 8 months. I'm jealous because I wish I was doing this with 350K. You would have made $670,000 in 8 months. Absolutely phenomenal, right? So really, really cool challenge. I'm excited to see where this is. This is a long-term challenge. I'm excited to see where this is over the next few years. Well, the way we're going, I'm happy to see where this is going to be in the next 2 years, right? Our strategy, or my strategy, is timing is everything, right? There's no way we would have made 191% if we weren't patient, if we weren't waiting for blood in the markets. And it's one thing that I see from a lot of stocks traders. I see them buying on green days and buying on red days. I don't do that. I'm not buying on green days. I will always buy on red days. And no matter how many green days we seem to get, especially recently, right? No matter how many green days we get, there is always going to be red days. Nothing goes up in a straight line. Now, that red day might be 20%. That might be 30%. Who knows? If we get lucky, maybe it's a 70% red day or red week or red month. But that is where my strength has been in crypto, and I plan to carry that over into the stock market. And we're doing really well, right? I mean, we're outperforming Warren Buffett. We're outperforming founder-led. We're outperforming zombie companies. We're outperforming Bill Gates. We're even outperforming Ray Dalio, who's a very, very good investor, of 183%, right? Because we're on 191%. So it's going to be really interesting to see where we go, because it's only been 8 months, right? So if we keep buying the dip on the red days, we should be able to absolutely nail it, right? Just as I posted in my Discord back in April, I said, keep this private for now. It's not very private anymore. I did not expect to come down this fast. We're almost at the monthly SMC. So if you don't know, I use a trading bot, or we use a trading bot that helps us buy the dips, right? It's really good for buying support. It's really good for calling bear market bottoms, and it's really good for DCAing and buying when there's blood in the markets. Now, you can see here, you see this green line. This is the SMC moving average, and the last time we came down here, look how beautifully it bottomed here, and that was the best time to buy. Look how beautifully it bottomed here and here. So every time it's come down here, we've had an aggressive bounce to the upside. It's been a generational time to buy, right? And I posted saying in the Discord back in April, this was during the tariff crash, don't forget, guys. So everyone was panicking. Even institutions were short in the market. Everyone was terrified. As the great Warren Buffett says, when there's blood in the markets, right? Well, he didn't quite say that. He said, be greedy when everyone's fearful, and be fearful when everyone's greedy. And I posted here saying we aren't quite there yet. We're almost there, right? We came down a few days or weeks after I posted this. We aren't quite there yet. It would be absolutely beautiful if we push this trend line, and BTC also comes down to support. Would be huge conviction on longs, spot buys, stocks, leverage, and crypto. And we bottomed here, and BTC was around 77k here, and then Bitcoin went up to like 124k. Nvidia doubled in price here, so Nvidia was 80 something dollars, I believe, and it went and doubled in price. Can't remember the exact price. It might have been 80, 90 dollars. Yeah, so a lot of things doubled here. Most things really, really rallied, and this is kind of what I plan to do with this stocks challenge. I'm in no rush, guys. I'm in no rush to make this money. You can see, even though I'm doing the 100k to $1 million challenge, I've only invested 35,000, right? So I've done very, very well to get that to 67,000 in profit, right? So total balance now is 112,000. But yeah, I've only invested 35, so I've still got a lot that I want to buy. There's a lot of stocks that I want to buy. I'm not going to go and buy Palantir at all-time highs. I'm not going to go and buy Nvidia at all-time highs. Those aren't companies I'm looking to buy anyway. The market caps are too big, right? But I am being patient. And again, as Warren Buffett says, making money in the markets is a transfer of wealth from the impatient to the patient, right? So we're doing very well. Great buy signal from the SMC bot down here on IONQ. It's pretty much been up only. This was the tariff dip, so I pretty much ignored this sell signal, even though it kind of would have paid off a little bit if you were trading. I would have ignored this sell signal because of the tariff dip, and it was a Trump-induced sell-off. He was playing the markets, and we ended up getting a buy signal. A few weeks later, it ended up giving us a buy signal again, basically saying, hey, look, this doesn't look serious. This was a fake out, and we went straight back up. We came back into this pattern here, and we broke to the top, and we've almost hit the technical target of that pattern, which is around $79 to $80. So phenomenal moves from IONQ, really looking strong. Is it going to go up in a straight line? Absolutely not. It's going to chop around. It's going to consolidate, but it's looking very, very strong here, guys. The market cap on this now is 21 billion. So I don't know what it was at the time. I think we might have got some more on this. I think we got some more in the tariff dip. We started this stocks challenge back in January, right? So I think it was around 27 that we might have got it, maybe 27.30 or something. And I might have bought more in the tariff dip, but it's now pushing 71, 72. So, yeah, absolutely phenomenal run. And I think it's early days, guys. I think it's early days. There is a lot of people fudding quantum. And you're seeing very similar posts to this guy here. He posted back in January. This is actually when I started my the challenge, the stocks challenge. This is what happens when the CEO of Nvidia tells people that quantum is 15 years away. If we're lucky, if you made money off IONQ, Rigetti, QBTS, which we bought all of these, it's time to get the F out. And look at the price of some of these at the time. D-Wave was $7.73. I think it's like $30 now or something. IONQ's in the 70s. Rigetti's maybe doubled or tripled since here. The market's gone crazy. So it's sad to see, this person has hundreds of thousands of followers, and it's sad to see how many people would have missed out on this opportunity from such an obvious play, right? Don't watch what they say, guys. Watch what they do. And we could see that there was accumulation of quantum computing aggressively, as there should be, because the market caps were so small. The market caps were tiny. Some of these market caps were $3 billion, $4 billion, and it could potentially revolutionize the IT infrastructure, which we're going to talk about. Absolutely insane that people were selling these at $3 billion, $4 billion, especially when you've just witnessed you've just watched Nvidia go up to 4.3 trillion market cap, and you're selling things at 3 and 4 billion market cap that could revolutionize so many sectors. They could even revolutionize the AI sector, right? Once it's in the position where it's able to speed up AI and improve AI. Absolutely crazy. So always watch what they do, not what they say. Whilst the CEO of Nvidia was probably telling people that this is 15 years away, they were probably accumulating, right? They're probably loading up, they're probably accumulating, whilst retail are selling and panic selling. So try and think like the smart money guys. Don't think like retail. So yeah, really good snags on the dip. The S&P, here's where it came down. Now, not only did we come down to the support line here where I was looking to buy, but we also had a green, bright green buy signal flash up on the SMC bot. You see this bright green one here. If you look over on the legend, we have this uptrend. So when you come down to these bright greens, more often than not, it's followed by an aggressive move to the upside, and we actually ended up seeing that aggressive move to the upside. And we had the strong buy signal down here as well back in 2023, and we'd been on a massive rally. It was quite normal to have a correction after such a rally like this, and we were shorting actually some stuff up here. We did take some shorts up here, and we bought the dip. And now it's a hard call right now. We haven't really had any indicators that say we're going to dump immediately, but the RSI is very overbought. I'm kind of looking for one of these yellow signals. You see over here on the downtrend legend, see when we get these yellows flash up, you often come into a pullback, yellow pullback, yellow pullback. We haven't had a yellow print since we had this bright green. So it's been up. But I will be interested to see what happens if we get a yellow and maybe we do get a cool down and a correction, and then we start to push back to the upside. So obviously watching the S&P is very key when we're looking to build our stocks portfolio, right? Because this is everything. When you're buying in these reds, so you see this yellow, I would have been getting ready to buy here, right? Pullback. See this yellow, I would have been getting ready to look for something that's down. What's the best project that's down 20%? What's the best quantum project I've been watching that I really want to buy that's now on sale, that's now on a discount? I posted in here in my in January, look, quantum computing buy alert side quest. The entire quantum computing market is currently has a smaller market cap than meme coins. Like, how insane is that? The market was valued at less than meme coins. Some of them are still smaller than a meme coin today, which is insane. That's how early we are to this, right? So we're super early. I'm starting to DCA dollar cost average into QBTS, Rigetti, IONQ. They were all so cheap at the time. This is why patience is key, and not FOMOing in at the top can pay off. Today, most of these projects are down 40%. Or tapping the weekly SMC MA. So when this guy was obviously selling and panicking when he saw red in the markets, what do we need to do, guys? Do we need to panic and sell like retail? No, we need to do the opposite of what retail are doing, and we don't need to, but this is what I'm doing. I can't give you guys financial advice. I can't tell you what to do. This is just personally what I'm doing. I'm not a financial advisor. So of course, always do your own research. But from my experience in investing and trading, this is what I'm looking for. Okay, so when everyone else is panicking and selling, this is when I'm looking to get in personally. So yeah, they'd all come down 40%, all tapping the weekly SMC. So the SMC bot that we talked about, all oversold as well. So we had so many signals here that we were about to see a rally. I've allocated 2% into each, so I put around 2% of my portfolio into each, totaling to around 6% of my portfolio as a long-term strategy during the bull or bear market. Okay, so I've done some more research into why, what they are, what they do, etc. Oh, you can see the prices here. So Rigetti 1004. I'm going to do individual videos on these. Okay, so I'm going to do individual videos on each one. There's a lot to talk about on each. So this video is about IONQ, but we'll do them on each. So I got a D-Wave $6.10, Rigetti 1004, IONQ 3025. Okay, so let's have a look here what else we've got. So Nvidia, if we look at the Nvidia market cap, it is currently 4.3 trillion. So it's 4.3 trillion market cap. Why this is such a good play, I think, is because everybody is just sat in this Nvidia AI run. Okay, what's special about Nvidia. What's special about them? They're a hardware producer, right? They produce hardware that's vital for AI. Very hard to replicate a hardware company. Really, really difficult. And software, not so difficult, right? So there's lots of quantum computing software companies that I'm not really super interested in, because a lot of the time Google is a beast. Google's an absolute beast, right? Google could come out, right? What's your software company? How can I replicate it? Right, I've got AI now, and AI is probably going to be AGI, which is going to be able to replicate, and you've got vibe coding. It's probably not going to be hard for them just to hire a team or use their own team to replicate your software. But the hardware is so hard to replicate, and it's so hard to do well, because IONQ, a lot of these companies have been working in the background, building, trying to improve the technology. And it's very hard for a company to come along and replicate that. And that's why Nvidia has had such a rally. It's been hard for competitors to replicate what they're doing and to understand their technology, right? So it's very, very beautiful that we have these. And this is why I went into the main hardware companies, because they're probably just going to run and run and run as this space becomes bigger and bigger and bigger, right? So the beautiful thing about this is all the Nvidia investors really understand that. They really understand that, wow, quantum computing could revolutionize the IT space, and it's hardware, right? It's hardware. So they really, really understand that. They've just watched Nvidia do this. So now in their heads, they're thinking, well, if this space starts to speed up, we might see it do another Nvidia. Okay. Nvidia is 4.3 trillion market cap. IONQ is what, 20 billion. I'm laughing because Doge, a picture of a dog, which has no utility and no fundamentals, it does absolutely nothing, is a 33 billion market cap. Has a bigger market cap than IONQ, which could potentially revolutionize the world. Absolutely insane how early we still are and how early we were back in January. So 20 billion, 4.3 trillion. Okay, so how far are we away from Nvidia's market cap? So 20 billion, a 10x takes us to 200 billion. Okay, and then 100x takes us to $2 trillion market cap. Okay, so we are a 200x away, just under a 200, sorry, over a 200x away, because it's 4.3 trillion. We're a 200x away from Nvidia's market cap, which is insane, right? It's absolutely insane. So a 200x, for example, is if you invested 1K and it did hit a 200x, you would make 200K. Okay, and if you invested 10K and you made a 200x, you would make $2 million. Okay, so huge potential. Do I think it's going to flip Nvidia? No, I don't think it's going to. Maybe one day, right? But I don't think it's going to flip Nvidia anytime soon. Okay, I do not think it's going to flip Nvidia anytime soon. I'm just trying to get to you guys how far away and how much money is Nvidia, which you could argue is kind of in a bubble at the moment. And I can really see a quantum computing bubble coming in time. I can really see it coming, especially when it starts to power AI and it starts to speed up AI. Every company is going to be frothing at the mouth to get IONQ. And we're going to talk about that because we have literally seen this week some of the early stages of that happening, which is something people didn't even talk about, right? People were saying we're 5 years, 10 years, 15 years away. How many times do we underestimate this? How many times do we constantly are baffled by how fast technology is moving? Look at AI, for example. I'm using it now to make music. I'm making videos, animations. I'm doing research. It's crazy. I'm spending $1,000 a month on AI tools. Maybe I'll be spending $1,000 a month on quantum computing tools in 4 years, right? So yeah, never underestimate how fast this space moves. So yeah, huge upside return. I think from our entry, so I'm not saying from today, guys, but I think from our entry, we're looking at 100x. Okay, so my goal is obviously to achieve a 10x. So the challenge is, trying to turn 10K to 100K, or I'm personally doing 100K to $1 million. That doesn't mean I'm going to stop there, right? If I think quantum computing can potentially do 20, 50, 100x, there's no reason for me to sell. So it might eventually turn into the 100K to 10 million challenge, right? That would be nice. I don't plan to sell my quantum computing anytime soon. I actually might even accumulate more if we get some of these red market events, right? Some of these black swan events. Huge potential, tiny market caps, absolutely beautiful. This was the tariff dip, so this is where I posted the alert. So it was 88. It was 88. Yeah, it was 88, and it went up to 180. So you would have doubled your money on Nvidia, pretty low risk company, if you would have taken this buy alert here in the tariff dip. We've done really well, guys, because even the smart money and institutions were shorting and selling here for some reason. It's crazy. So yeah. Let's have a look at the latest news. Earnings are good. So revenue and profit is going in the right direction. It's very early days. And I will talk about this actually, because some of the stocks channels I saw when we were buying quantum, I was just seeing what everyone else is saying, what they're thinking. And nearly all of them were saying, there's no revenue, right? How can I buy this? There's no revenue. It's not generating any revenue. It's not making any money. There's nothing for me to look at on the balance sheet. For some reason, I don't know if it's a stocks thing. We're not used to this in crypto because we invest in speculation. We invest in the possibilities. Oh, Solana, a layer 1 blockchain. Well, this might be faster than Ethereum. Well, this might get a lot of adoption, because who wants to pay $30 gas fee when you can pay 1 cent gas fee? And it's how many times faster? 100 times faster than Ethereum? Well, it's faster, cheaper. People are probably going to use this, so I'm going to take a risk. There's no revenue. I don't care, right? I'm investing in the future. So we're actually, the crypto market, we're actually very good at investing in disruptive technologies very early. And that's actually where most of the money's been made, right? Buying Tesla early, seeing the future. You didn't have to wait for earnings, but the stocks guys, a lot of them wait for good earnings and wait for revenue. And if you're going to come into a quantum computing once the revenue looks like this, right? Let's say we bought down here and we took the risk, right? We took some risk. You're going to pay the price for that, right? You're not going to get it at 4 billion market cap when if the revenues are amazing, because everyone else is going to be in there, right? So that really does baffle me about the stock space, to be honest. They do wait for revenue. It's good for us because that means that so much money will come into quantum once they start to make decent revenues, which once you watch the rest of this video, you'll see is on the way. So yeah, once they start to make really good revenues, I mean, look at Nvidia, right? It just went up $2 trillion in market cap. So, it done that in a very short amount of time. It done that. So when we posted here, it done it in a couple of months. It went up $2 trillion. So yeah, a lot of money can come in. Doesn't have to come in early. Especially, I know a lot of my community are crypto guys. It doesn't have to happen like it does in crypto, right? We got ANVT a few days ago. It's already up 100%, and people are saying, what's going on? Why is it not pumped? We've just doubled our money in like a week, and we're so used to assets moving up that fast in crypto. It doesn't have to move up fast. It doesn't have to have sudden inflows. These things, happen very gradually over time. So huge news. This is massive, and I keep seeing updates for quantum computing nearly weekly. HSBC said it's achieved a world-first breakthrough in deploying quantum computing in financial markets, as some of Wall Street's biggest firms race to embed the cutting-edge technology in their daily operations. How insane is this, right? We had people saying that we're 10 years away, 5 years away, 15 years away. There's no revenue. It's not going to make any money. You need to be forward-thinking in this space. And we're seeing this evolve very, very fast. Like HSBC, one of the world's biggest banks, is now using this in the financial markets. The financial markets was a small sector that I considered. I didn't know that HSBC would be using it this fast, right? I didn't know that I didn't picture it being a main play here. I pictured it speeding up AI as being the main thing that's going to drive this, because think how much money's going into AI. If it starts to drive AI, every single company is going to be buying, investing, loading up. How can this improve our systems? How can this improve our service? Can this make our platform faster? There's going to be so much money. You could even argue there'd be more money coming into quantum computing than there is into AI, right? Because it's not just AI is very tool-based. We'll talk about this maybe on the board because I need to explain it, but it's very tool-based, right? Most of the AI I use is tools, whereas quantum could speed up the internet itself. So we won't waffle on about this story, but really, really cool. Working with a team for IBM, Europe's biggest leader said that in tests using quantum and classical computing resources, it saw a 34% improvement in predicting how likely a trade would be filled at a quoted price compared with common classical techniques. Now, this is huge, right? Because we're going to see the money markets come after this. If it's 34% this early as well, because we're very early in quantum, they're constantly updating and improving. So think how good this is going to be in 3 years, 5 years, 8 years. 34% is such an improvement. No wonder there's a race for these companies to try and adopt this technology. And it's probably going to be used for trading now, right? Which is going to make waves in the trading markets, and a lot of institutional money are going to be interested in this as well. IBM and AMD have agreed to collaborate on hybrid classical quantum computing, aiming to create quantum-centric supercomputers that combine IBM's quantum systems with AMD's portfolio of high-performance CPUs, GPUs. Exactly what we talked about, right, guys? We're seeing the very early days of this, and it's phenomenal, right? It's phenomenal, which is why the chart looks like this. People are saying they wouldn't buy here, and I'm like, are you even researching this market? Do you even understand how much money is on the table here? Do you understand how hard it is to replicate IONQ's hardware? Rigetti's hardware. They're all unique as well. They're not all the same. So beautiful. They're different, and they do different things, and they're gonna have different customers in different markets. It's insane how much we're seeing in this space, and I'm almost certain this is gonna speed up AI. As soon as we see this speed up AI, we're talking about hundreds of billions of dollars in market cap, probably over weeks or months, right? And it's currently $20 billion. The UK government has invested more than 500 million in quantum computing. So we're seeing governments invest in this heavily because why? They understand that this is the future. It's also a threat to national security. So they've got no choice but to invest in it and understand it. And the whole infrastructure, I think, is going to need an upgrade, right? The banking system's going to need an upgrade. The crypto system's going to need an upgrade. Security systems, internet connections, the military complex. Nearly every sector runs on compute, right? Nearly every sector runs on compute. And if you're not on quantum and it does speed systems up, you're going to be left behind, right? So this could be bigger than Nvidia, guys. That's a very moon boy statement. This sector could be bigger than Nvidia and the AI sector. Look what Palantir has just done in market cap. Look what Palantir is doing. It's improving companies with AI. What are these quantum companies doing right now? We're literally seeing it before our eyes. They are improving companies with AI. IONQ with AF Research Lab have successfully converted quantum photons. This is so new, guys. This is the 23rd, which was 2 days ago. Successfully converted quantum photons from visible to telecom wavelengths for the first time, paving the way for long-distance quantum internet and connected quantum computers over existing fiber infrastructure. Do you see what's happening right now? Do you see why the chart's up here? I can't believe it's happening this fast. I kind of expected it to happen within 4 years, but not this fast, right? These kind of developments and upgrades. So many possibilities. Like, this could change the infrastructure of the internet. Like, it's crazy. And once AI is connected to quantum, how much faster is AI going to be? Like, AI is going to improve tenfold. Based from 2027 Administration Research and Development Budget Priorities Memo, IONQ is strongest candidate company for these priorities. The memo explicitly highlights quantum information science and technology as a top federal R&D priority alongside AI. So we're going to see federal money coming in. We're going to see companies coming in. We're probably going to see eventually retail using this, just as retail are using AI tools right now, right? Massive market. IONQ delivers 20x speed up in drug discovery simulations, proving narrow quantum advantages here with hybrid workflows. So this is massive. This is absolutely massive because it's the pharmaceutical industry as well. How much money is in the pharmaceutical industry? It's almost like ticking every industry off the box. AI, pharmaceutical, effects, trading, military, government. It's phenomenal. It's such a beautiful play. And it's almost like it's a little bit different from AI. It's quite similar to AI, but it's a little bit different because AI is really delivering tools. Myself, I use it to make music, right? It's a tool. I use it to trade. It's a tool for trading. I use it for research. That's a tool. I use it for creativity, so creating videos now. So that's a tool. Really, really good tool. Whereas quantum is going to speed up its infrastructure, right? It's going to speed up pharmaceutical research, right? So drugs research. It's going to speed up AI. That's the big one. That's the money maker, right? When you start to see, Nvidia using quantum to do certain stuff, when you start to see OpenAI and now using quantum, when you start to see Tesla and migrating to quantum powered, that's the real game changer. And when that happens, it's the start of the bubble, in my opinion. So I think we're going to rally into that. But when that happens, I think we're going to see froth, max froth, and then I'm out, right? And then I'm out looking for the next disruptive technology. Military, it's all infrastructure, right? There might be tools, there might be quantum tools that I can't think of right now. The internet itself, right? The internet itself, faster internet is wild. There is, look, people I'm sure are going to say no revenue. I don't care, guys. I don't care about revenue right now. We can see that we're starting to go in the right direction with revenue and gross profit, right? This is very early days. So to be making money now, I don't care if you're making money now or not. I literally see the partnerships happening before my eyes. And I know what happens to these partnerships. I've been through this before. You first see the partnerships, then you see the money. It doesn't come overnight. It takes time. So people are going to go, they're not making any revenue. I think on my quantum video 5-6 months ago, people were saying we're 5-10 years away, right? And they've literally been proven wrong already. So let's see where we are in a year or 2 years. But the money speaks for itself, right? You can't deny, guys. For those that were fudding back in January saying we're so many years away, you've just seen me do 200%. And I'm very, very confident this is going to end up at 1,000% in the next 4 years, maybe 2,000%. Who knows? Maybe 5,000%. The sky's the limit for this industry because the inflows of capital are the sky, right? There is untold amounts of investment money that could come into this sector. Really excited about quantum, guys. I think it's beautiful. It's very rare that you get these moments in time, right? Imagine being early to electric cars. No brainer. Electric cars are going to replace petrol cars. Tesla are making no money right now. I don't care. I don't care what your revenue is. I know that this is an industry that's going to win, right? Digital music, Spotify, digital streaming, Netflix. I know no one is going to blockbusters. Are you making any money, Spotify? Are you making any money, Netflix? No, we're not making any money, but we're getting customers. Our customers are growing. We're getting partnerships. I do not care if you're making revenue. Why do the stocks market really revenue? Like, you're not going to get a 3 billion market cap if you're waiting for revenue. You're going to have to buy at 100 and 200 billion market cap, right? So this is where research is key and staying on top of this. Now, I know you guys don't have a lot of time to constantly look and search and research all of the latest developments and stuff. This is the key. This is the key to everything, understanding your investment. Why do you think I spend $1,000 on AI tools every month? I want to be the best at using each AI tool that comes out, right? The new music AI tool come out a few weeks ago. I've spent every weekend using it, just trying to be the best at using it. I'm going to be the same with quantum, right? If you really want to be the best at understand and really understand it, all you have to do is understand it, and that's going to help you hold long term. Because I haven't taken any profits from my quantum plays. I'm not panicking. I'm up 200%. Great. I'm not selling. I'll buy more on the crashes on the red days. I'm just going to accumulate. I'm not selling this anytime soon. I'm holding this for years and years and years, and I think it will end up being 10 million plus just from 100k investment. So research is key. If you don't have the time, don't forget to follow my YouTube, so subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the videos. I'm going to keep you guys updated on quantum, the sector, our stocks portfolio, our challenge, new stocks I add to it. Obviously, if you want to see them first, so if you want to see the buy and sell alerts in the Discord, what I'm buying, when I'm buying, obviously I do more talks about it. I've talked about it a few times in announcements and buy alerts, all of the latest news and stuff, so I keep you guys updated. You also get loads of different stuff, right? You get to chat with us in the group. We've got some cool tools in here for crypto. We're tracking on-chain transactions in real time. So when, like, for example, Ethereum Foundation started selling ETH, we can see in real time that they're starting to move the money around, and then I'm like, okay, where are they moving it to? So yeah, we got some really cool tools in the Discord, a real bunch of good investors in there. So yeah, if you want to join us, head over to my X. So head over to my X, which is this one at the bottom here, not the top one. So press search for this one, and then click this link, and then there's a link in there to join the Discord. It's a monthly fee, guys, so if you don't find value, you can leave at any time. But we've been absolutely killing it. We've been absolutely killing it. Look at some of these gains we've made. You know, 50x there. This was like last week, 21st of September, 610% on that. This was a couple of weeks ago, 536% AVNT. I'm still investing in these. I think this one's potentially going to go and repeat this one. All right, I think it's going to do a 50x. So I'm still holding it for now. So yeah, if you want to join, head over to my X, follow there. Don't forget, guys, none of the information in this video is financial advice. Do your own research. Investing in crypto, investing in stocks, investing in anything is highly risky, and you can lose all your money at any time whatsoever. So always do your own research. I'm not a financial advisor. These are just my strategies, and this is just what I'm doing. But as you can see, we've grown our platform to be one of the biggest out of 300,000 Patreon channels, 300 Patreon accounts. We're ranked 41 in the world, okay, and we started a few years ago. So we're ranked 41 for a reason, and as you guys can see, we're doing very well. We know what we're doing. We're good with research. We've got all sorts of indicators. I'm spending thousands and thousands a month on tools, indicators, trading bots that help us really finesse this, right? And it's quite simple if you think about it. All you have to do is buy here, sell here, buy here. I mean, look, we bought here because we were kind of looking at this very deeply, but you could have bought here and still printed, right? Just from using the SMC bot. So by using the tools, by using the stuff we've got, we're able to, really finesse our trading abilities. That's it for now, guys. Don't forget, like, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one.